Masvidal.
I thought there's a bit of a rolling of the tongue, like a Masvidal, no?
There's no R, so you didn't roll the tongue. I tell everybody you're my close friend. Can't even pronounce my last name.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. By the way, your closest friends call you Georgie, but we supposed to call you, what is it? I can't even get it straight.
It's a fucking troll job. That's why. They love to fucking troll me. My name is Jorge, and they know that I don't like to say it because then people will constantly do it. But Georgie doesn't exactly excite me. You know, it more upsets me than anything. So they know what they're doing.
Wait, your managers, Abe and Malky, call you Georgie.
You know Abe and Malky, obviously, I'm assuming, right?
Yes,
like on a personal level?
Yes.
Do the math.
Okay.
You know why they call me.
Okay.
You know exactly why they call me Georgie.
Well, this is great, Jorge. Thank you for doing this. I appreciate it. Always great to talk to you. We have a lot to discuss, but I first have to ask you about the new news first. I mean, I see you dropping flying knees, attacking Chris Jericho. You're at AEW. What's going on here? Are we leading to a pro wrestling match, a Jorge Masvidal pro wrestling match? Is that where this is going?
There's a lot of savages over there on that side, on that AEW side. Lots of savages, right? We could agree. I'm sure you've seen a bunch of them.
I've seen them. Yeah, I've seen them.
Savages, right? You would say?
Yeah.
I'm here to domesticate them. That's it, man. You do the rest. I don't know who, when, and where, but I'm a hired gun, Ariel, as always.
You enjoying this?
The fuck out of it.
It seems like you guys are enjoying it.
Oh, I'm having a blast. Dan Lambert is a diehard wrestling fan. I mean, the only thing that he would listen to me. Dan Lambert has pictures of all his favorite fighters in his house. He's probably his kids are gonna get upset that I say this, but he actually doesn't have pictures of his kids in the house.
Oh my god!
So, Dan loves American Top Team ATT so much he wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world for no amount of money. But the only thing that comes comparable to that is pro wrestling, and Dan loves pro wrestling. So when the opportunity came and I get to be next to the General Dan Lambert, I was like, yeah, let's go beat some people up, you know.
Okay, so that's Friday, but earlier in the week, Jorge, we got massive news. Finally, 2.5 years in the making. You versus Leon Edwards, December 11th, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the biggest grudge matches in UFC history. In the past, you didn't seem open to fighting Leon Edwards. Why are you fighting him now?
Well, in the past, I was fighting ranked opponents and for belts. You know, now I got a little bit of downtime. I'm like, yeah, I'll fight this guy. I don't got shit to do right now, you know?
Is this personal for you, this fight?
I've always said it. Nothing's personal. It's all business in this game. I don't like the dude. I could care less for him. If he gets rich or if he doesn't get rich, I don't wish him any good or bad. I could care less for this individual since I've met him, you know? And it's still the same thing. I could give a fuck less about him. It's just another guy in the way of me achieving my goals and dreams and all the things that all the aspirations I've had since a child. So
he says it's personal for him, that it's never been this personal.
I'm glad it is, you know. I mean, he's an idiot. I'm going to still do what I do, slap him up, beat him up, and upset him the whole damn time, you know, while we're fighting. But to me, it's never personal with these guys, you know. It can be. This is a business. I signed up for this. I know exactly what I signed myself up to since I signed the dotted line when I was 18, you know. I knew what I was getting myself into.
Do you understand why it's personal for him?
I don't give a fuck why it's personal for him or not, to tell you the truth. I know you guys are friends and you're like his therapist, counselor. Like he was crying in the show.
Come on.
Not to be rude to you, but I really could give a fuck why it's personal to him. I don't care. It's not my business, my concern. I know what I have to do, and I know what I'm gonna get done on December 11th.
We're not beefing, are we?
Me and you never, my brother.
Okay. I just, you know, sometimes I feel like he gets the raw end of the deal. I think he should have, you know, fought for the belt earlier or fought a Gilbert Burns for a #1 contender. That's all.
Well, you say that without knowing also because you know that when I fought Usman in 6-day notice, they had given him like before they offered it to
that's fair.
So Gilbert, they offered it to scared ass Leon Edwards. And what did he do? He didn't take the fight in 5 weeks notice, right? So then they gave it to Gil, and then Gilbert got sick, and I'm the only one that took the fight in 6-day notice. You think I wanted to fight in 6-day notice? No, but I had the opportunity to do it, so I did it. So he's had opportunities to fight for the belt. and ranked opponents, but it's always something from him. He says one thing, but it's the complete other. You know, he says, I'm ready to fight everybody else and this and that. But then when he's with the UFC, he's like, I need a 10-week training camp. I need this, I need that. Like, shut the fuck up, bro. You should have been training and you should have been getting after it the way that you talk. That you always want to fight and fight and fight. I mean, I pulled off like 5 fights while he got like 1 in. So I don't know how he could deserve a title shot. You know?
Okay,
I just think I just think he plays on your emotional side, Ariel, and he's got you by the strings, man.
Who's laughing over there in the background? Who's the peanut gallery over there? Show your face.
He's gonna remain anonymous.
Okay. Okay. So, were there other options that you wanted? Was there other options that you were maybe a little more, interested in? And they said, "Hey, we want this fight to go." Like, what were you thinking? Did it take some convincing for you to accept this fight?
I told the UFC, get me the fight that gets me closer to fighting for the belt again and the most money, and that's what they came up with.
He, speaking of that, he tweeted right before the fight was first reported, millionaire, something like that. Is he getting big bucks for this fight? What do you know about it?
I know that he's getting his biggest paycheck ever, and it's because of me. And the whole time, from the start of him calling me out, I've always said, I'm going to fight this guy. But when I say, the whole time he was saying he wasn't going to fight me, then I said, you know what, I'm going to fight you right now. And guess what? He's fighting me right now. So as this interview goes down and the word spread and people copy and paste this, he does what I say when I say. So we're fighting again when I said. Not when he said backstage, oh, let's do this, I want to fight you in July. No. All you're getting is a quick, I'm going to check your ass real quick, let you know who's the boss here. And then I'm going to actually fight you in the prize ring when I say, when I see fit, He's a coward and he's completely out of place here. So I know why he's taking it personally.
So I know you said it's not personal for you, but he says it's personal. He comes from a tough place, Birmingham, England. No joke where he comes from. I know you come from a tough place too.
Ariel, again, I'm not gonna diss Birmingham or nothing, but I don't care where he comes from because where I come from and how I grew up, that guy wouldn't have lived one day in the actual heat of the moment. He never would have survived. He would have just stayed home the whole time, waiting for his parents to get like Wi-Fi or something for then him to develop social skills, because this guy's a coward. What he did to me in England showed me everything I ever needed to know about this guy. He could say that he grew up in this or that place, but he didn't. He comes from a place that's not what he says. I'm telling you, man, this guy's not who he says he is at all. Nobody that is like that, that comes from these places acts like he does. He's a coward, and I'm going to say it to his face before and after I beat his ass.
Wait a second. What did he do to you in England? I don't know about this. What did he do? I mean, we saw the stuff on camera, but what did he do to you?
Everything that you saw on camera, and some of the things that you didn't hear, like cutting me off in my interview. And then when you're talking all this crap, and then when somebody gets to your face, you're like, you're like hesitant about it. Like, you know exactly what's going to happen if you come from these places. Like, you see I'm walking towards you and you're walking towards me, and you're going to say I assaulted you. Like, that's coward shit. He was saying assault, and he originally wanted to call the cops on me. But what would have happened? That wouldn't have looked good for his brand, and I'm such a tough guy thing that he's trying to proclaim. So that's why he didn't want to call the cops. But originally, they wanted to press charges on me when you started this fucking altercation. I'm here doing my own interview, doing my thing. I just got fight of the night. I just got knocked out of the night. Like, I don't give a fuck about you, Edwards. Why are you ruining my interview? This is my time to shine. You're trying to steal that. You're trying to talk shit. Nobody gives a fuck about you in your own hometown. You just had a fight that night. Nobody was even talking about his fight because it was so boring. And he's just, he's a clout chaser. That's always what he's been. I got into the sport because I actually love the sport. I love the fight. I love to compete. This guy got into the sport because, I don't know, maybe he thought he could score a first date or something with some chick. It's all going to show the December 11th.
I just want to ask you about one thing from that night. He said that afterwards they had to like hide you in a hotel and rush you to the airport and all that stuff. Is that true, or is he making that up?
I didn't leave England for another 2 days because I didn't have my passport. I'm actually going to put all these documents up so again I could expose this fucking coward. The embassy in England had to do me a passport, and it couldn't be done immediately. So I had to wait like 2 days in England, and my passport got made, and I got given that paperwork. So I have that paperwork that I'll be putting up online just to like remind this guy, you're a fucking idiot, bro. Who do you think you are, James Bond? That I'm going to fucking strike you in the face and now I have to leave England? Who the fuck are, bro? I punched you in front of your fucking, all your co-workers and best friends. It was just me by my fucking self. It's all on video. He's been like 5-6 people. What happened to me? Absolutely nothing. Now all of a sudden I was going to get fucking kidnapped, killed, and all this shit when they don't even have guns in England. Get the fuck out of my face. Eric, you're upsetting me.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, well, can I go back to the
interview's over?
No, please. Can I just ask you about the previous thing that I was going to ask you about? Do you think they'll need more security fight week when you guys are doing press conference and stuff because it's so heated between you guys? I remember one time Lennox Lewis and Mike Tyson, they had to have a wall of security guards between them when they faced off. Do you think it's going to get to that point? Because this one feels a little different. I'm not going to lie.
I don't know, man. Here's how I see it. I've never had a bout agreement signed with somebody, and I did anything that could mess up my money, right? Same thing now. If Leon's in his lane and he doesn't violate my personal space the same way that he did in England, he's going to be fine. I want him to make it to the fight. I want him to get to the fight 100% of his abilities. So there's no excuses, and then we fight. I don't want to fucking hit nobody that I have a signed bout agreement because I'm actually going to get paid for that in just a couple days. So in the way I work, it's like, no, I'm not going to attack somebody that I'm going to get paid for attacking, and maybe jeopardize that. On his end, as we could all tell, he's like missing a chromosome. So maybe he might do something stupid and I'll put his ass in check real quick. This
is a two-part question. If he wins on December 11th, do you think he will have earned a title shot?
He's not going to win on December 11th, so I don't know.
Okay, so then if you win on December 11th, or should I say when you win on December 11th, see that? That was good. Do you think you get a title shot?
Obviously, I'm going to shoot for the stars. I'm going to go for the title shot. If Usman's like, no, I want him to do another fight, then maybe I could do another top guy in the top three. I could fight and then go for there, But I really don't know. I told the UFC put me in the path to skyrocket for a title fight, and they were like, this is the fight. I was like, okay, let's go.
Here's a crazy scenario for you, Jorge. I'm sure you've thought of it. Colby Usman fight on November 6th. Colby wins on November 6th, Madison Square Garden. You win on December 11th. I would be shocked if they don't do Colby versus Jorge for the belt at that point. Like, I think you actually do get the title shot. What do you think?
That could happen too. That guy's even more of a coward than Leon, so I would really love to break his face, especially for a title. So there's a lot of things that could happen or not happen. Me, I'm just gonna put my hard hat on, put my mouthpiece, just get to work, man. Just get to work, put the hours in, put the fights in, do whatever I got to do. At the end of the day, I'll look up to the sky and all the work will be done and I'll be where I need to be at, So I'm not worried about all those other things that I can't control. I'm just worried about breaking Leon's fucking face again.
Can I ask you another question that came up? You were in the news recently. A man by the name of Jake Paul said he wanted to box you and made a deal with Dana, or I tried to make a deal with Dana where he fights you and Amanda Serrano fights Amanda Nunes. Did any of this get discussed? Was there any possibility of this happening when he fought Tyron and beat him that following week when he was, coming out there and throwing this out there? Was there any talk of this actually happening between you and Jake Paul?
The UFC utterly does not give a flying fuck about what's his face that you just said. So the problem is that I'm signed to the UFC, so I have to do what they say and they pay me bigger checks. This guy talks a lot about, I'm gonna write you a $50 million check. But go look at the pay-per-views that he's selling. He ain't writing nobody a $50 million check. Go actually look at the fucking numbers that they're actually sold on Showtime or on Thriller or whatever thing he's talking about. He doesn't have that money. But again, he's trolling the whole world, saying all these big money deals. Like right now, where I'm at in my career, I'm gonna fight the world's best fighters in the world, right? We could both agree they're in the fucking UFC and they're 170 pounds. There's a lot of good guys that I could fucking beat up, and I'm gonna get the most money for it, my brother. Now, when I am done beating up world-class fighters, this bum will still be around. I'll go and collect a quick paycheck for hitting him so fucking hard in front of the whole world, those type of options always be there. But right now, while I'm in my prime, I got to do things that people in their prime do, and that's fight the world's best. He's not in that conversation or ever will be,
He said that you guys go back and forth on DM, like a little trash talk. Is that true?
Yeah, we've trash talked a little bit. He was sending me things that he was posting up because they asked me who's going to win. Because we used to be like kind of semi-cool, like cordial. And then they asked me who's going to win. I'm like, well, he's going to win. He's my boy. And he's going to fucking knock him out. He got all butthurt, right? He fucking sent me a bunch of things on DMs, just like jokes and memes and all that types of shit. And I just put something to him like, man, you're salty, because he knows at the end of the day on a face-to-face, he can't say any of that unless he has his 50 bodyguards and I'm by myself. Because at the end of the day, I could always just pick this little kid up and slam him through the concrete so hard that he would be invalid for the rest of his life. Like, he wouldn't be able to walk. So he knows that. It's in the back of his mind. So even when he talks to me on DM, it's very respectful, very chill, like a couple jokes and stuff, but he knows, like, you know, you got to chill, man, because I really don't give a fuck, you know?
Okay, so right now this is not of interest. Just to be clear, not of interest, and it wasn't even discussed with the UFC, because I thought there was a chance they might actually try to do it like they did Mayweather McGregor. There's money to be made. This wasn't ever really discussed. Not on actually like on a funny level. Like, they were like, man, I wish you could beat Jake Paul up in the street or something. Like, you did Leon, that'd be hilarious, you know, blah, blah, blah. But as far as like it actually happening in real life, no, they don't care about that at all, you know. Okay. Perhaps at some point you'll do boxing, because you've said you wanted to box.
I've always wanted to box, and when the opportunity comes, I'm going to take it. You know, I'm going to make sure I get compensated well, because obviously I'm not a boxer going in the boxing. You know, so I'm going to make sure that I am compensated beyond belief.
How's the promotion going? When's the next event? Gamebred.
December 17th, Biloxi, Mississippi. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. I'm having so much fun putting these cards together, sitting down with the matchmakers, sitting down with the whole team, picking venues. It's amazing. And then all the experience that all these fighters that have fought for me already are telling me how well that they were treated, how much exposure that we were able to generate from. It's amazing, man. And it's like one giant snowball effect that's going down the hill, and it's just getting bigger and bigger, and I'm getting better and better fighters. I'm getting more and more sponsorships to come in, so that means I'm putting in more money into getting bigger and better fighters. And that's all I'm trying to do, is just get the best fighters that money could buy and put them under one roof, bare knuckle, let them run free.
What's the main event? Do you know it yet?
I have a couple ideas. Alex Nicholson versus another ex-UFC heavyweight veteran that we're working on. That's one of the main events that we got working on. I'm not going to say names yet because we haven't got the signatures yet, but once we do, it'll be everywhere. Alan Belcher is also going to be on that card. We're working very closely with him. So we're going to have some names that you're not going to be able to turn your face away and be like, I'm not going to watch it, because it's guys you're going to want to watch when they're burning up. We're like, man, I'm making it very hard for people not to watch these cards.
Before I let you go, Jorge, I can't not note the symbolism of you doing this interview in this beautiful car. I don't know what the car is, but I could tell the seats are beautiful. We don't usually do it. We usually do it at the office at FRM, because when I see you sitting in this car with these beautiful leather seats, what car is it? Could you mind if I ask?
It's stolen.
Okay, perfect. And I remember you telling me you used to sleep in a car with a window that couldn't go up, and the rain is coming in, and you have your dog there. I mean, this is beautiful symbolism right here. I mean, this is the American dream, right?
I could freaking sleep in this thing all day. I could freaking have a wedding in this thing and the honeymoon. You know what I'm saying?
It's a beautiful thing.
Before you let me go,
yeah,
you should ask me about the greatest fight that happened through all combat sports from beginning to end. Entertainment galore, just two dogs getting after it. And I'm talking about Tyson Fury versus Wilder.
Let's go.
What a fight, man. Oh my gosh. Wow. From me being a competitor, a combat sports veteran, whatever. Wow. I was like, the bar was raised so high. On an entertainment level and everything. Both of their walkouts were amazing. Their fights were amazing. It's crazy, man. That's one of the best fights I've seen, period. I mean, wow. Truly was left speechless. Became a huge Wilder fan in this fight because there's like 2 or 3 times where I'm like, oh, he's out. Somehow he brought the dog out, just kept fighting, kept pushing through it. He really, I think, removed all those questions that were from the second fight. I think he really gave it his all, and man, I'm a Wilder fan for life. And Tyson Fury, I mean, wow, we're talking about one of the greatest heavyweights ever, and he happens to be in my era. What a beast, man. This guy, his work ethic, his fortitude up here. Wow. I mean, I saw that fight again because I had to. It was just like too nostalgic at the moment. I'm like, oh, maybe it was just, the environment or me thinking more than it was. I saw it again. Freaking wow. Even from a technical standpoint, how they were boxing the first like 3-4 rounds. Amazing fight, man. Wow.
I know you love the sweet science. It drives me nuts when people say boxing is dead, boxing is boring. But I mean, look at this. I mean, we got Canelo fighting soon against Caleb Plant, which should be great. There's every weekend. Anthony Joshua just lost in a great fight to Usyk. Almost every weekend you have a big boxing match, and that was probably the fight of the year. But that was amazing. Did you see Canelo, by the way, with that face-off? Nailed him in the face. You see that? Look at that.
Bam.
Incredible.
That's nice.
Do the guys backstage at AEW, by the way, do they like come up to you? Are they fans of yours? Do they give you props? Do they show you love?
Oh, yeah. Some of them I know as well that I've met in like other shows and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I see.
What's up? I'm back.
What's up?
Yeah, I get along with all of them. All cool. Great competitors. And it's crazy after the shows to see these guys like how beat up they are, full of ice packs on the floor, like can't even move. I mean, these guys go through a beat down, a grind and a half to get to that level, man. It's not easy. I'm
jealous. I always wanted to be backstage at an event and see how it all goes down. I'm jealous. I'm living vicariously through you guys.
I'm taking you to the next one. Don't worry.
I think I could be just as good, if not better, than Dan Lambert on the microphone. Like, I could be your manager. I could come out there. I want to be Kayla's manager. I want to be her mouthpiece and talk about her being the greatest athlete in the world. Kayla Harrison.
What is it?
Kayla Harrison. Are you beefing with Kayla? You're not beefing with Kayla.
Oh, you're talking about the judo girl. Yeah, I know her.
What? You guys beefing? You and Kayla beefing?
No, man, I love that girl. You crazy? I just got to troll her, man.
Oh my god!
She thinks she's a team captain. Obviously, she's not.
Oh my gosh! There's some dissension. You're more Team Nunes, right? We're gonna start. Jorge Masvidal, Team Nunes hates Kayla Harrison. Tweet it now, right?
No. I love them both. I've known Amanda obviously longer, and they're both freaking amazing. But just the thing is, though, Kayla thinks she's the team captain.
Yeah, so
that doesn't sit too well with me.
Why? Who is the team captain right now?
I'm not the official team captain, but you know, there's like many factors. I just tell you this much.
Tell me.
She's not. Let me clarify this here in the Ultimate MMA show. She's not the team captain.
She's trying to, and you're basically saying, I've been here for a decade. Know your role. Take a number. We'll revisit this in a decade. Is what you're saying, essentially.
I'm like the person that could assign the team captain. I have that type of power at American Top Team, and once again, I will repeat, she is not the team captain.
Okay, fair enough. Any final?
But she's a freaking amazing at fighting, and for the most part, I'm scared of her. You know, that's why I could act wild now over the phone.
Any final words for Leon Edwards? December 11th, one of the greatest grudge matches, I think, in UFC history. I can't wait. I'm giddy. Poirier Oliveira is great. Nunes great. I have to say, someone asked me last week, which fight rest of the way are you most looking forward to? I said this one. Because there's nothing like a good old-fashioned grudge match, a beef, you know? And I've been talking about this fight for a long time.
Especially, you know, somebody like me that's gonna come to fight, whether I have a grudge or not with this person. I'm gonna try to do everything in my being to end this person. Leon's gonna do everything in himself to do what he's always done: put his track shoes on and turn it into a track meet and run for dear life. So I don't care how much of a grudge match it is or what he said that he's gonna stand in the middle. The guy's a coward. He's gonna throw punches and run and get on his bike and run. I'll cut the ring off eventually, and I'll land the blows that I need to land on him to slow him down, and I'm gonna take him out. But don't expect a lot of him as far as like actual fight. He's gonna hit and run. I'm telling you.
And by the way, why not 5 rounds? He said last week he wanted 5 rounds.
Doesn't matter what he wants, Ariel. Haven't you noticed? It's my world. He's just living in it. Like you have to start the like, oh yeah, Masvidal's not lying. Like it's literally my world. He's just living in it. He didn't want to fight. I said, no, we're gonna fight right now. What is he doing? What's he doing December 11th?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? What were his first statements? No, I'm fighting for the title. I'm this, that. No, you're not. You're doing whatever the fuck I say. If he had a girlfriend that was somewhat cute, I'd snatch her up too, but he doesn't, so keep her.
But you didn't want 5 rounds?
I wanted whatever I wanted for the most amount of money. And when the numbers were getting talked and this and that, and plus, how could we be 5 rounds? There's too many events already on it.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever seen the third fight be
yes.
5 rounds?
Yeah, Nate and Leon was 5 rounds. It was the third fight.
Yeah.
Now I'm hitting you with the facts here. You see? Now you go toe to toe with the nose. You know, I come with the facts. I don't have much else going for me, but I know the facts.
I like numbers.
That's right.
Facts and numbers is where it's at.
Okay, last one. I promise last one. Nick Diaz. What did you think? Can I ask you, what did you think when you watched that?
Not the Nick Diaz that I'm accustomed to, obviously. You know, I mean, I was fighting alongside Nick when he was in Strikeforce and I was in Strikeforce, so I know a very different Nick Diaz. I don't want to see the guy get hurt, man. I would love to see him in peak shape, go in and fuck some people up, but I don't know how much of a reality that is now after seeing his last performance. You know, I want to see him not get hurt, and if he does get back in there, I want to see him as close as we can to his old self. I don't think his last performance we got to see that.
Is that something like a reminder for you? You don't want to get to that point where people are talking about you that way?
I don't know what Nick Diaz is going through. I don't know IRS. I don't know what it is why he was fighting. So I don't want to comment on too much on his. But as far as I go, like I think I've said it before in your gym. When I go to the gym myself, and the younger generations, I can no longer hang with them and compete with them and do well. And not just do well like one day out of the week, but like do well every time I step on the mat, how I do right now, then I know it's time for me to hang it up. Nobody's going to come telling me, thank goodness on a financial level, I never have to fight again. If I continue to fight now or not, I'm good financially. So I don't see myself in those predicaments where I'm going to come back to fight for money. I'll come back to fight because I love it. It's my DNA. I love doing this more than anything other I've ever done in this world. But as far as like for financial situations and stuff, I won't be back in here. I work too hard for this. I put too much money aside a long time ago, so I don't have to worry about that. You know, the day that I walk away from it, it's because I feel that I no longer can compete at that level. I'm not going to be nobody's footstool. I'm not going to hold nobody's chalk strap either, you know, like no way, you know?
Well, the next one on the journey is December 11th. I can't wait. Jorge, thank you for the time as always. And thank you to whoever was holding the phone for 30 minutes. I'm sure their hand is very tired.
We'll show you now who it is.
Who is it? Who is it? There he is. Hey, my man. Is your arm tired?
No, what I do is I hold it up with both arms.
Oh my
so one
God.
hand holds up the other hand.
Okay.
Works.
Round of applause, huh?
Well, great job, babe. Great. I mean, a couple of times your hat was peeking through and I wanted to kind of like move it. You know, there we go. Yeah, it was kind of, you know, trying to get a little bit of love. Yeah. But thank you. You know, I always appreciate you guys coming on. Some managers stop their fighters from coming on, not you guys. So I appreciate that. I don't know if you got that one, Jorge.
There's a lot of managers that are stopping their fighters from coming on.
No, not true. Just one.
Just one. I think I know who that one is.
Yeah.
Rather short. Looks like he's also missing a chromosome, maybe.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't get me in trouble, okay? I'm trying to live a peaceful existence.
I'm just asking questions just like you, buddy. Just asking questions just like you.
Guys, thank you so much. Good luck to you. It's always a pleasure. And next time you go in there, AEW, you need some backup, like some real muscles, some real brains. I'll get on the first jet. I got my own PJ. I don't flaunt it like Dan does. I have my own PJ. I'll jump on that thing, and I'll come back you guys up. All right?
Ariel, it's said and done.
On site.
That's it. Next show, you're free. You want to go backstage? I got the pass.
Well, they won't let me backstage because they know I'll whoop all their asses. It's on site when Helwani is back there. You understand?
I understand that.
Okay.
I get it.
All right.
These pro wrestlers know. Don't forget, December 17th. Oh, and also, Icon, December 9th. And then my fight, December 11th. And then December 17th, bam, more action.
What's that?
Bare knuckle action. My fight.
Oh, yours. But what's December 9th?
Icon on Fight Pass. I'm also like very much with this promotion. You know, I love MMA, man. So
look at
going
you.
around buying companies and stuff, man. Yeah.
You own Icon now? Breaking news?
I don't own it, but I'm big partners in it. And Snap, man, I just love the fight game, man. I want to be a part of it always to some extent, you know?
Wow, look at you, George.
Whether I'm competing in it or putting on the competitors that are going to take over the world.
Georgie out here making it rain.
I have a printing machine at home, so.
Well done. All right, my man. I'll let you be. Thank you so much for the time, and we'll talk to you soon. I appreciate it. Good luck in training.
Yes, sir. God bless you always, brother. I'll see you soon.
All right, there he is. Jorge Masvidal. There it is. I got it right. Yeah.